couple of days ago, one of our listeners asked the question, hey, Richie, how come you and Shells are wearing the same colors? We're wearing white that day. Now this morning, I'm wondering what's going on because Shells is in green, Audley's in green, which he calls money green. Romy's in green. Jody, any green there?
No.
No green.
Fine.
Okay. I have a little green because I'm wearing the Jamaican colors. I'm repping for the reggae girls.
Yeah.
It's a monumental achievement, you know.
Yes.
I really, it has kind of sunk in now, and I'm feeling really, really good about it.
Nice.
Saw the Minister of Sport saying, hey, that's like a gift for 60th Independence celebration.
It is.
And I think last night I also saw where Sidella Marley, who of course, you know, has been giving them a lot of support.
True.
She put out a tweet which reads, they did it! FIFA Women's World Cup, here we come to my girls. Your resilience, strength, and teamwork blows me away every time. She says, I'm so proud. The entire country is so proud. Some said never, but never done come. So we say once again, congratulations to the reggae girls.
That's her son's lyrics, right?
Yeah.
That's
Man.
nice
That's
touch.
Skip Marley's one of his songs that comes from.
Yeah, nice.
So how's everybody doing today? One day after our first anniversary celebrations. That was a biggie yesterday.
Yeah, you know, the champagne was flowing and thing, you know what I mean?
That must have been after I left. Romy's asking what feedback.
Romy's like, what?
Yeah,
Champagne?
I could have made a beeline. From forward, you know what I mean?
The champagne, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where that was, but it was good.
Look like only man in crew.
Yeah, the crew alone had that champagne, but
Maybe he wasn't too sure if you could hold your liquor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I care about you, Joe. I care about you, Joe.
At least that. That's the least.
I use some buckles though. Anyhow, we really want to say big ups once again to all of those who supported us on the first year, through the first year and on to the first anniversary. Now we're officially into our second year of operation here on the Bridge 99 FM. It's a good feeling.
And now it's time for WTF. What the fact? Now here we go on Bridge Nation. Birds. Yeah, man. Nice little thing that will flying at the sky. You know the thing go. Birds cannot live in space. That makes sense, right? They need gravity to be able to swallow. So here we go on. Birds can't be brought into outer space because birds need gravity to swallow food. Few days before NASA has put on an experiment with a bird, they brought this bird into space. After the ship passes, and after the ship passed the gravity level, the bird was just wasn't eating anything, and it was experiencing some balancing problems. So apparently, that's how important gravity is for birds. So you can't ever bring them in the ship.
Oh, really?
So once they go past that outer layer,
problem.
Bird no make no sense after that. So my friend Musk, we have to go left bird on Earth. When I know we talk about go on Mars. You see me, sir? Yeah.
If a bird is listening right now, there are some birds, a very popular name in Antigua and Barbuda. But if a bird is listening right now, remember, outer space is a no-fly.
Yeah.
Is a no bird fly zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I know your thing.
Yeah, I didn't think that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting one that is. And that's the kind of stuff that we share with you at this time every weekday morning here on Up and Go. We call it
WTF. What the fact?
Right now, we're looking at the stories that we'll carry. And Shells asked me, I said, I'm going to do the reggae girls.
Watch it.
About the laughing. Jody came in and we were looking at the scripts and we were saying, she says, so which one are you doing? I said it again. I'm doing the...
Yeah, man. The story on the
reggae girls. Yeah.
The story.
Yeah.
That's what will be happening this morning.
Save them for me. Thank you.
Yes. So, all right. So this story that I have to share this morning, fellas, is crazy. So Neo exposed singer Lucky Day for sleeping with woman in his bed.
What you say?
Neo was in.
What's the problem with that?
Yes, in Neo's bed. So
Yeah. No.
Right. Now you get it, right?
Yes.
So Neo says he passed on signing the singer Lucky Day because everybody was wondering, what happened, why he didn't sign him. He said after he broke one rule. So imagine somebody have to tell you not to sleep in their bed. That's crazy. So Lucky Day missed out on what could have been an amazing opportunity as a signed artist to Neo. Back in the early 2000s, Lucky was one of the rising talents being watched in the music industry. However, according to the R&B singer/producer, he didn't sign Day because he violated his boundaries regarding a specific request. Why he had to do this specific request, I don't know. So Day was staying at Neo's house, and Neo asked him not to sleep in his, specifically the master bedroom,
which is his room,
which is Neo's room. If you own the house, you are the master bedroom.
I know one big old house too.
Yes, a huge with several rooms. Anyway, Neo shows up, right? And realized that he's not seen him anywhere in the house. So he's like, what's happening here? So he went upstairs and he saw him in his room, in his bed with a lady. And Neo was like, that's it. He didn't even have had any excuse. He's like, what could he say? So he said, I gave you one rule. I told you one place you could not go. Mind you, the crib is big, as Neil said. Neil's like, my home is huge.
You have access to everything else.
And you still decided to sleep in that room.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Double up on the big bed spring. And it wasn't even constant spring. No, sir.
So Lucky Day missed out on.
Not even know him to know. So is it that?
That's crazy.
What's his name? Lucky Day?
Yeah, Lucky Day.
Well, that's a bad Lucky Day for
that. Was bad. No, but you are blatantly defiant.
Yeah. Man say, it's a big old mansion. You can have access to everything. The backyard, the pool. Just no going on.
Just one room.
So even if you got to entertain a woman, look how much other thing you have.
In the back of Lucky's head was, it's got to be in the master bedroom. Ain't happening.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah.
We're making light of it, but I can imagine how Neil felt.
Yeah, exactly. It's like one thing I'm asking him to do, and you do that one thing.
You're defiling the man's private
your boss,
space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And your boss, it's like
crazy.
Your boss, please. Yeah, joke thing that. Yeah.
Trust me.
Well, we have a nice little story here. Remember that talk about Popcorn did a fair slide tackle. Our girls were slide tackling Popcorn in them DMs, right? After it looks like I'm still not buy it to the Bridge Nation. May I wait? But apparently we can say Popcorn has professed his love for Tony and Sing. I don't know.
I think they are.
May I go and watch it? But anyways, Popcorn's female fans are not too happy right now that he is, I'm going to say, quote unquote, off the market after going public with his relationship with former Miss World Tony and Sing. The Jamaican artist has signaled that he's no longer free and single following the release of the song with Burna Boy, as you know, Tony and Sing, which in it, you don't know, not only professes his love for her, but even a promise of commitment in the form of marriage.
The couple is on the screen as we speak.
Yeah, look at that.
Covered on the one.
Let me tell you how my mind worked. That looked like a music video shoot. Yeah, that's what I said. But you see me? I leave them to you know what I mean. But anyways, yes, as I said, this song appears on Burna Boy's new album Love Damini, where Popcorn appears to be either provoking fans, that's what I believe, or confirming that he and the Miss Jamaica World Beauty are a couple. Now, Popcorn recently shared photos and videos of him and Sing, which of course sparked rumors that they're in a relationship. As we know, they went on a private jet to Grenada, and they were also seen spending a lot of quality time together. Now, in the meantime, as we all know, Popcorn not shying away from publicly expressing that he wants to marry her, calling her, in the song Miss Sutherland, and we all know as Andre Sutherland is his real name.
Yes.
And of course, this now met the people. Let me just tell you what exactly he said. He said, "I'm gonna make you my wife one of these days. I know what you want, my baby. No worry." And apparently, my favorite line from the tune, "I love you like my savings." That's like the baddest line for the summer right now. Ladies, if any man tell you that, a real thing. You see me, sir?
Don't do it. Don't.
But listen, even as much as the song are going good, as much as Popcorn and Tony are looking quite happy and looking like they have Burna Boy's approval, some female fans found that, this whole thing. Some female fans, though, are saying that, look, we like the fact that they want them man treat them like how Popcorn treat Tony, and, publicly professing his love, and that's what women want. But on the other hand, you have some of them out there say, yo, look, Them not like what go on. Them sad and Popcorn even have to go out there and say, look how Tony and make every woman left me. I'm so lonely. And Richie just showed me say Tony and even respond to that and say,
you're lucky.
she said, so you know, you use the asterisk to replace the word in text message. So she said, you're not lonely. She says, you're lucky.
Right.
So big up yourself, Tony. You mean? I thought about you lonely. Yeah. But you know, so I was watching that DM controversy. Well, I would say controversy because Popcorn was loving it. He was sharing the DMs that he was receiving to his Instagram story. One of them saying, 5:44 in the morning and I can't sleep. That Tony Hand song hurt me. I hope she treat you right because I'm not taking you back. I fed up. Time I focus on myself. I can't do this anymore, Andre. I'll on TikTok star every time I refresh my page. So you know the girl them hurt.
Popcorn is very popular amongst
a
females.
Kenyan girl did a post as well.
Yeah.
I was like, Popcorn, what you have to do with this?
Yeah.
In Africa.
Kenya.
What?
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah. She's like, you're not even come look for me.
You never come
So
look
give me
for
a chance.
But he's having fun. I mean,
he's having a blast.
all of the laughing emojis that he put beside his post.
He's saying, I'm sorry, baby. I just saw it go.
I want them tick there.
You feel like a movie script is being written as well?
Maybe anything is possible, you know. I think it's more than I think they are actually getting to.
I think they do like each other. We're not going around that.
No, definitely.
Yeah, they do like each other.
Is there like a label or anything like that? I don't think there's a label.
If you're gonna do a movie
right
script
now.
though, you'd have to do much more than what they have done so far. I mean, maybe a wedding and some a child or two.
Oh wow!
And that kind of stuff would definitely enhance the script. I think. All right, big up Poppy and big up Tony Ann.
That's right.
Formerly sing, Mr. Sutherland to be. I don't know. We don't know.
Sing Sutherland. That's how I got my vibes.
Let's see.
I want to talk Shaw. And making reference to Khadijah Shaw, and by extension to the Reggae Girls. Khadijah Shaw, of course, put a post out that came to my attention, and she basically poured out her heart to reggae singer Cedella Marley. Remember, we quoted Cedella earlier this morning, and she, of course, has been the team's benefactor, that is Cedella, and Khadijah refers to her as the real magician. So in the post, Khadijah Shaw basically says, when they were quick to scrap the senior women's program, again you said otherwise. And she says, now look at us, few years later, going back to the World Cup. Despite the disrespect and the amount of backlash you have received, you always put us first, and for that we are grateful. Thank you, she says, for giving us a chance and the opportunity, said Khadijah Shaw. And we just want to say big ups to them and give them another big round of applause. Congratulate them on making it to the World Cup once again. Really, really a big achievement, and we're proud of it. Hence, I'm wearing my Jamaican colors today, celebrating with the Reggae Girls. Right. Big ups every time, and big ups to Cedella as well.
Yes,
right. For the work that she put into helping them going forward. Those are the stories we carried at this time inside of
Update.
Time for Proverb of the Day. Here's our Proverb of the Day, Bridge Nation.
Oh boy.
Bellyful potato of kin. Bellyful potato of kin.
You never just say English a while ago, Jojo. I'm sorry, I can't.
No, it's patois.
Potato, that's potato.
Potato.
That's potato.
Yes, potato.
Of kin. Of skin. So potato of skin. So belly full potato of skin. Alright. Okay. Alright, I brought this now. Come on, body now. You don't want to know. So watch this now. So belly full. So that means your belly full now. Potato of skin. Nobody don't eat skin from potato as far as I'm concerned.
I like the skin on
some
the
people
potato.
do. Some people actually do.
People weird. Alright, so it kind of come like because it kind of make me feel like, alright, so potato of skin. You start get kind of selective with the potato all of a sudden.
Close.
You see me? All of a sudden I like the skin pan potato type of thing. Come my belly full. That's what me I say.
You're bad for true.
Oi, boy, so
That me say.
not bad shells.
All right.
Yeah, so them never send to go school none at all. So the meaning of this proverb this morning, Bridge Nation, is contented people can afford to be choosy. So belly full, potato have skin or kin.
Yeah.
So all of a
Alright.
sudden.
All of a sudden, you
Yeah.
like skin pan put it.
And there's another one, but I can never remember it clearly about the cheese clap. My mommy always used to say it to me when I start to act up about what it is I want to eat.
Oh, yeah.
So she used to, anytime I go ask her and use the proverb, the one of them morning here, I was like, Mommy, I just don't want that to eat. It's like, So that's the proverb for this morning. Belly full, potato have kin. The meaning of this proverb, which is a Jamaican proverb, it's contented people can afford to be choosy. And we head over to our pet peeve, right? So pet peeve are things that others do that you may find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting. And we have a pet peeve to share this morning.
Good morning, Bridge Nation and Up and Go family. This morning, my pet peeve is this: don't ramp on my savings. Bridge Nation, when I like I save them, and somebody gonna save them and work it before me. Without it, my permission, then they get me cross, angry, miserable. Yes, I mean, that's a pet peeve this morning. Don't ramp on my saving pan. Saving pan.
Somebody really going at the man silver pan before him. No man, a crime that crime stop, police are come, well the case need for run because I thief out my money. That's a pet peeve of mine.
It's not in his bank account, though.
Yeah, silver
Are you
pan. Yeah, silver pan, bro.
What would he do if it were his bank account?
No, Richie, I have to understand. I have a silver pan too,
Yeah.
right? And it's quite important. My dollars are important to me. My dollars, like me and my silver. Can I have my change, please? Because
Okay.
my silver need for going in my silver
Okay,
pan.
yeah.
I wouldn't know what I want.
You put $1 coins in it?
Everything in it,
Everything.
Richie. But the bank I got upset with me come next year because I shall be going there to change it out.
No, I tell you, if you're selling coins,
Yeah.
I'll buy them.
You buy them?
Any amount, yeah.
Yeah, them and I think they
Yeah,
have
seriously.
coin machine as well.
Yeah.
They have a coin machines as well. They do.
I have a problem getting coins.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, sometimes, you have to place an order and you wait for a while before you get it. So anybody
Wow.
selling coins, call me, please.
I didn't look here now.
Well, may I jump in also?
Yeah, man.
You're in luck.
Yes, I need
Because
them.
let me tell you,
20s and 10s.
well, I don't want to say this publicly, but I have a lot of
Yeah,
that.
no, man. May I brethren.
Yeah,
Man.
long
No,
time.
I didn't even know that.
Whole heap
People.
of that.
Man,
And person
I
sent-
give you the same rate you'd get in the bank. And I'll drive to collect it.
But you see,
Don't worry, Ed, man.
Yeah,
You're
save
good.
on some gas.
Don't worry, Ed, man. You're good.
Yeah, but I don't
well, you see, the thing is, though, I'm trying to relate to the caller or the person who just sent in their pet peeve.
Yeah.
That mindset that can't work in a Portmore household. Let me tell you why.
Tell me.
Because the toll is real. So you can't
You're not
have a
trouble,
savings
mate.
pan.
Hey, I've got one a savings pan.
A silver pan at that, and you don't expect nobody in the house to just dip.
Definitely for
We have about 3 silver pan in our house, and that's all dedicated to the toll. And just
Oh, well, at least it's dedicated to something, but if it's mine, do not
That's
touch
But
it.
how do you know if somebody actually raided your coins
What
pan?
do you mean, man? You know,
That
man.
me say.
I mean, if I'm on a take a
Wait,
little
check the
$2
weight.
$20,
No, you
$320,
know, some
No,
are
no,
off,
that
or the
one-
silver them shake
and
up,
then them know, so you put back some.
and
so
then
you're
some
not
will
gonna know.
put back.
No,
You know,
no.
man.
If you're there and they have to shake it out, then I understand. But if not,
You know,
you don't know nothing.
you know when
Yeah,
somebody
nothing,
put their
man.
silver pan.
Right, nothing good already. Your coins pan.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would love to see that silver pan because alone, the only thing can actually get into my silver pan is silver.
But they can shake it out.
Yeah,
They can shake it out.
It'll take you a while to do that.
Oh, okay.
I walk a ear,
I'm
so
gonna
it's a
reset.
different.
Security system, that man.
And the automatic alarm that
Yeah,
you know,
man.
me
State
go
of the art.
go and shake it, me here.
Put your coin pan on the lock and key.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Save
That might be
yourself
the
the
best way to
trouble.
go.
I agree.
All right. Big ups to you if you have a coin pan or a silver pan or whatever you call it. And I hope that nobody's raiding it, all right? Big ups. That was, of course, Pet Peeve. Right now, we'd like to let you know that the Brownstown Community College, it was established in the year 1976 under the auspices of the Ministry of Education. The college is committed to being a world-class institution that provides education and training of the highest quality. I should also tell you that the Brownstown Community College is located in the Dry Harbor Mountains of St. Anne, just about 8 or so miles from both Runaway Bay and Discovery Bay. And this morning we're joined here on the bridge by Miss Jackie Thelwell, Vice Principal of Academic Affairs, and Mr. Lloyd Wiggan, Biology Lecturer at the Brownstown Community College. And they're here to tell us about their free agriculture workshops that will begin this month. Good morning to our guests. Miss Thelwell.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning to you. Thank you.
Nice.
And how are you today, Miss Thelwell?
We are fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Wonderful. Mr. Wiggan, are you there?
Yes, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you this morning. So the Bridge learned earlier this week that the Brownstown Community College will be hosting some exciting and, I note the word, free agricultural workshops for St. Anne and surrounding communities. Who will tell us a little bit more about these upcoming workshops? Miss Thelwell, would you?
I'll start off. Yes. Good morning again.
Thank
Good
you.
morning. Thanks for inviting us to tell you about the training sessions. Starting next week, Tuesday, July 19, we'll be running 2 workshops. One on the basics of vermicomposting and the other on the basics of mushroom farming. The training sessions will be conducted in association with the Partners of the Americas Farmer to Farmer program. This is a non-profit organization headquartered in Washington, D.C., USA, and both training sessions will be facilitated by 2 international presenters with many years of training and experience in their fields. And they will be flying in come next week to offer these sessions.
Okay. I hear you have me quite curious now because I hear a term that I'd like to get some more deets on. Vermicomposting, you said?
Oh, yes. I'm going to hand that one over to Mr. Wiggan.
Mr. Wiggan, let's bring you in here. What is vermicomposting?
All right, thanks again for having me. Vermicomposting simply refers to the use of earthworms to make compost. So to make decayed material that can then be added to the soil for soil enrichment and nutrient enhancement. So it's basically just using earthworms to eat organic material like your kitchen scraps, kitchen waste, or any leaf matter, most types of organic material that you may have around your yard. Vermicomposting essentially reduces the dependency on commercial fertilizers and helps to increase the productivity of the farm the soil and the farm in general. So vermicomposting can be done as a business where the worms can be sold as well as the compost. And we see where, as a result of international events and current happenings on the eastern side of the world, there has been a shortage in fertilizer. So this can be a viable local alternative or a viable solution to the fertilizer.
So there are people that I could call and say I want a pound of or 2 pounds.
Oh, yes.
Worm castings, that's what they're called. Yes.
Wow.
Interesting.
Now look at that. Look at
Interesting.
that.
Isn't that show?
Yeah, man, I like that. I like the concept behind it. Greetings once again, Miss Thelwell, sorry, and Mr. Wiggan. Shell's here.
Greetings to you.
Yeah, man. So, Miss Thelwell, I'm curious as well as to finding out the target audience. You know, what is the target audience for these workshops?
Well, basically, we are targeting any homeowner who may have a backyard garden or even a balcony garden these days, or a small or medium-sized farmer. We're even targeting entrepreneurs. You want to get into this business? It is actually a business. Vermicomposting is being adopted by many farms outside of Jamaica, and we think that our local farmers can also get involved.
Okay, I like that. I really like that. And my question for Mr. Wiggan, I heard a mention of mushroom farming. A program, that there will be training conducted on mushroom farming. Why mushroom farming? And are these programs part of your regular offerings at Brownstown Community College?
All right, so I will answer the part about why mushroom farming, and perhaps Miss Taylor can answer the part about the regular offerings at Brownstown Community College.
No problem.
So the opportunity presented itself, as Mr. Lloyd mentioned earlier. We are conducting these training sessions in partnership with the Partners of the Americas. They have a particular program called the Farmer to Farmer program, where they invite trainers from overseas to come and train farmers in different land management practices, economic practices. They have other programs, but their main program that we're partnering with is the Farmer to Farmer program. So while we were discussing the vermicomposting program, which, by the way, we wanted to start over 2 years ago, but because of COVID and some other challenges, we had to delay the start. We intensified the discussions with them during the course of this year. And then, as a result, coming out of those discussions, the opportunity presented itself for hosting mushroom production.
Okay.
So we basically just jumped at the opportunity when they mentioned the mushroom production training session.
Okay, understood. And Miss Thelwell, the programs are part of the regular offerings at Brownstown Community College?
I tell you something, we're stepping out of the box.
Nice.
We live and work in a farming community, but we also have a burning desire to empower our students and the community at large. Earlier in the year, in March, we launched a series of empowerment sessions, and the aim was to offer training sessions like these that would empower our community with the knowledge and skills that would help them to meet their financial and their academic needs, and just to transform how people see farming and respond to agriculture, among the things that we were some of the things that we offered. Incidentally, we are offering for the first time this year a new program starting in September, a program in an associate degree in agro-processing and business management. We're accepting applications. We want to engage our students and our communities, and we want to be able to provide them, take them from one step to the next, and this is what we're doing. So these programs will now form a part of what we want to offer come September.
All right.
Nice, respect.
All right. Well, we are actually running out of time, but I want to ask you again, Ms. Thelwell, maybe you could take this one, just to remind the Bridge Nation or listeners, how persons might register for these upcoming workshops.
All right, so if you live and work in the St. Anne community, or as I heard you earlier, if you want to drive all the way down from Kingston to come down this side,
Yes.
if you happen to be holidaying in the area, we invite you to attend this 4-day workshop on the basics of vermicomposting and the basics of mushroom farming. The workshop starts next Tuesday, July 19, and runs every day between 10 o'clock and 3 o'clock each day. If you miss one of the training sessions in the first week, you can register to attend the workshop in the second week, which starts July 25. The workshops are free. That's what you said earlier. The workshops are free to the public. And to participate, they can call one of these two numbers or visit our website. The website is btcc.edu.jm, or they can call this number right now, 876-409-2244. That's 876-409-2244. We already have quite a few people who are ready and waiting to join the sessions, and we are inviting others to come on board.
Nice.
Really, really happy for this initiative, and I hope it goes well. I suspect it will be oversubscribed. Thank you so much for sharing time and information with us this morning. Ms. Jackie Thelwell, Vice Principal of Academic Affairs, and Mr. Lloyd Wiggan, Biology Lecturer at the Brownstown Community College. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and good luck.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Glad going.
All
Bye-bye.
right, definitely will.
respect.
As a matter of fact, I think Ms. Thelwell loves music and,
Yeah, man, I
and
can't tell
energy and
that.
vibe. I'm going to play a nice, beautiful song from Tassan Chin for all of our
Thank
friends
you.
down there inside of Brownstown
All the
and
best
surrounding
to you.
areas. Take care. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, Bridge Nation, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's time for the Secret Sound game. The sound that is baffling the nation is this one. DJ Audley, you got it for them?
That's the sound.
I don't know.
What clues do you have?
1.5 clues in a Bridge Nation. 1.5 clues. So one,
One you get and one you take.
exactly. So one is a zip, something with a zip, something is happening with a zip, right? And the next thing is, and a bag alone come with zip. That's the next clue. So one, so that's something to do with a zipper, a zip, and then a bag alone. Not bags alone have zippers. So yeah, All the best. That's all I can say.
OMG. Wow.
I don't know.
Clue and a half.
Clue and a half.
Let me hear this one again. All right. Man.
Remember, Bridge Nation, the number to dial is 876-676-4996. I don't know. Someone is actually running a bet with me now, Richie, saying that this is going to last us a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what I think. Jojo, don't
But
remember
you know
lose
what?
my bet.
You know, I think we've heard some of the listeners who have tried before. Who
Right.
actually, based on what they said, we got the feeling that they were onto something,
Yeah.
and it just needed some degree of refinement.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then it's like they went back off track,
We are.
and now we can't even help them.
No, because we don't know nothing.
No one
We don't know
knows
nothing.
it.
We're just some guys behind the talkerphone.
Yeah. You know, while we're at it, there's a little technical glitch there. You know that a lot of athletes, you know, they try to find things to do when they retire. I'm going to share a story with you right after we start taking your calls, all right?
All right.
Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Hello.
Good morning, my boss, again. Wacky.
Who's this?
Wacky himself, man.
Wacky.
Morning, Wacky.
Morning again, my boss.
I must warn you about Murphy.
I know he's listening, man.
Because anytime I've no fear get it wrong, you know, him send off some message in the group, I pure laugh in my laugh, you know. And I tell you the truth, sometimes me end up a laugh too, so be careful. Do you want to hear the sound again, Wacky?
I think I've heard it about 20 times. I make sure I record it and
What?
and
Study.
listen it over and
Yeah.
over.
What you come up with?
I gotta make a guess. It sound like someone jogging and drying up them sweatsuit to close it in the early morning, Richie.
Like someone doing what?
Jogging and they have on this sweatsuit top and draw the zip to lock it.
Oh,
Morning cold, yeah.
That one that made Jojo smile.
sweatsuit, a jogger, zipping up the sweatsuit top.
Woo!
Yo, Wacky,
Yeah.
you have anything you want to add or subtract to that, brethren?
Not at this time, Richie. Just
Not-
a guess.
Just a guess, just a guess.
I guess that bud.
Yo,
Woo!
from what I am seeing, Wacky, we are trying to figure out if you're Wacky. Shells, what's the verdict?
Wacky, with G. Quack, quack, quack.
African wireless.
No, but seriously, before you go,
Yes, it is.
think about it a little bit more, my brother, because me I see a reaction will look like something I go on for you.
Okay.
Did not quite get there yet. Zane?
Okay, my boss. All right.
All right, Wacky. Give thanks.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my goodness. We just have to be wondering what it is. So now, Shells, we're into the third hour of Up and Go for today.
Wow.
And we're going to start it off with a bang in this segment. In fact, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, we understand they officially launched the inaugural observation of Healthcare Workers Appreciation Month, and that was at the Turnover All Suite Hotel in Kingston last week. Now, the launch event saw the unveiling of the official proclamation given under the hand of the Governor-General of Jamaica, designating the month of July to be celebrated as Healthcare Workers Appreciation Month. The month-long celebrations, we understand, will feature a series of events and activities at the parish, regional, and national levels, including the observance of National Healthcare Workers Appreciation Day today, Wednesday, the 13th of July. And this morning we have the pleasure of the company of the Most Honorable Professor Denise Eldemire-Shearer, who is the chairperson for the National Planning Committee for Healthcare Workers Appreciation Month, and she's here to talk to us about the activities for today and for the rest of the month. Good morning and welcome, Most Honorable Professor Denise Eldemire-Shearer. Welcome to the program. How are you today?
Thank you. Good morning. I am very well.
Thank you for joining
You are
us.
in your Jamaican colors. I'm in my healthcare appreciation colors. So I'm in pink.
All right.
Colors being pink and purple for today.
Pink and purple are the colors.
I'm on it then. I got
All
my
right.
pink. I got my pink hat on for a reason.
Yeah,
then.
you got it,
Good.
Chels. Yeah.
man.
Well, first of all, congratulations to all who celebrate a day like this. A very important day on your calendar, National Healthcare Workers Appreciation Day. Professor, why is this such an important day?
The ministry, clearly under the leadership of Minister and PS and CMO, recognized that the last, 2.5 years, because we started planning for COVID in January of 2020. The first case actually came in March. We have called on the healthcare workers to go way beyond the call of duty. And we've never had to do this. Remember, the last pandemic was 100 years ago. So there was no protocol, there was no standard operating procedures, the things that we have become used to follow. And therefore, it is our healthcare workers, which is more than nurses and doctors. Remember, we had drivers, community health aides, lab techs. I mean, it really, the COVID fight really showed the team. I mean, we have the hospitals, the ICUs, and we have the private sector. I run a vaccine center, as you know, and people would just turn up with lunch, for people. Mm-hmm. They would say, how many workers are here today, whether 15 or whatever, and just turn up with lunch.
Wow. Okay, wow, that's nice.
We know the private sector had their own vaccine initiative, but they have also supported various government initiatives. The first isolation center was Baha'i, and it is the hotels in that north corridor that helped to get tourism going. So it's really about saying thank you. That's about all we can do. But given the number of hours, the sacrifices, there are people that got exposed that were then put in isolation, healthcare workers that then didn't see their family for 10 days, 2 weeks? So the sacrifices have been unmeasurable.
Yes.
And the ministry just wanted to acknowledge this contribution and to call on Jamaica. Some people went to their private doctors. Let us not forget them. The receptionists in the private office are all part of this initiative. So whereas it's led by government, it's actually national.
Yes.
And we ask all of you, call the doctor, the nurse, the receptionist in the office you go, and just say good morning, thank you.
It is something that we ought to do, because we cannot afford to let the hard work and the efforts of our healthcare workers and professionals go unnoticed. And really, I'm heartened at the fact that a day like this exists, so that we can all say thank you to all of the healthcare workers. What are some of the activities that you have planned for today?
Well, it's Jamaica, right? So we've had church services. But because it's a thank you, there are a lot of fun days. So there are the big fun day today is in Westmoreland at Paradise Park, where healthcare workers will bring families and just relax, have a meal. Minister will go to that one. And then at all of our health centers across Jamaica and all of our hospitals, it's just putting up banners, just saying good morning, thank you. Various officials of the Ministry of Health. We have pins. We have pins that say thank you, honoring commitment, service, and sacrifice. So various persons from the Ministry of Health will visit these institutions. National Health Fund, as you know, was critical to bringing in supplies. The National Lab, because of testing. So we will pin the healthcare workers from the porter to the doctor at these places and say thank you. Some of them will have music. Some of our health centers will have music. Some will have food. And you're just encouraged to go to the health center and just, we can't even say so much, give a hug, but you can give a virtual hug and say to that healthcare worker, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I'm with that, Prof. Thank you so much for sharing that. But those that's the vibe for today, right?
Right.
But as we know, this is a month-long celebration.
Correct.
So what can we be looking forward to for the rest of the month?
Some have had, that Ministry of Health is very much into promoting wellness. So we've had various sports days. We've had 2 of those already. Ministry of Health is having netball, football, domino competitions. So we're promoting wellness at the same time because our healthcare workers can relax while promoting wellness. There are also a number of award ceremonies. Every region, every parish, and nationally, there will be award ceremonies. Northeast region has already had theirs. That was last Friday. And we have signaled out in these award ceremonies the various administrators. We must remember that mounting this kind of campaign took a lot of administration, making sure you had supplies, PPEs, all these messages that you are playing, the communications. So it's about giving little tokens to the leaders of the campaign. And leaders maybe, in St. Anne, for example, there was a driver who had delivered 823, I think that's the exact number, of packages to people that were in isolation and shut in, so as to ensure that they had food. Little things like that.
Yes.
So the national event awards will recognize our international donors. A lot of the vaccine, as you know, was brought in via Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and of course NHS had to organize all of it. Various people, you will remember, since you're celebrating your reggae girls,
Yes.
Minister Grange bringing in vaccines for the athletes going to Beijing.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
And any of us that have either been to a vaccine center or run one know that we couldn't have done the blitzes without the JDF. So it's about saying thank you to, and let me not forget the private sector, because PSOJ, as you know, had a vaccine initiative going, and various private doctors had it going. So the national award ceremony will recognize these international donors and the large company donors to Jamaica.
Oh, sounds good. Sounds really good.
Wow.
I just noted the minister, as part of his salute to the healthcare workers, he says, we salute you even as we as we accelerate efforts to improve your working conditions and provide you with appropriate compensation for your services. It's nice to hear that coming from the minister, especially on a day like this. So,
and he means it, because when we decided to do this, when he, under his leadership, decided that we wanted to say thank you, that was a big question. People went so far as to say, don't tell us thank you, just give us better conditions.
True.
And we need to recognize the efforts of the Ministry of Health. They have done work at a number of health centers and Spanish Town Hospital, for example, and I can't remember all of them. But initiatives around improving conditions, whereas they may have been scaled back during COVID because clearly money had to go to PPE and ICU beds, it never stopped. And I think what's important is that the ministry recognizes this has to be an ongoing. COVID has shown us. COVID has reminded us of the importance of the public health initiatives, immunizations, vaccines, prevention. Monkeypox is reinforcing that reminder. So I think it's about, in his budget speech, there was the renewal of primary health care. So I think the minister, the minister is signaling to the country that we're not simply saying thank you today and forgetting you, but all of the original initiatives and more will continue as we go forward.
In closing, we just want to say happy Healthcare Workers Appreciation Day to you and to all the healthcare workers, Professor Denise Eldemire-Shearer, and may all the activities planned for the rest of the month being celebrated as Healthcare Workers Appreciation Month go well. Thank you for all that you've done, and we wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, and thank you for highlighting it.
No worries. Our pleasure. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. That was a chat with Professor Denise Eldemire-Shearer. And we looked at and focused primarily on the Healthcare Workers Appreciation Day and Month by extension. Promised that we'd have a guest, and she's actually in the studios right now. We actually have with us the Director of Corporate Communications at the Urban Development Corporation, UDC, Miss Lorna Clark, with us. Roy, you want to say hello to her, I'm sure.
Good morning.
Good morning, DJ Roy. Good morning, and good morning to your listening public in New York.
So we're covering all across Jamaica.
Right.
We're definitely covering the tri-state area, courtesy of DJ Roy. And of course, we're streaming all around the world. Thank you for joining us this morning, Ms. Clark. How's your morning going so far?
Wonderful, Richie. This is a good start to the morning, being in studio with Richie B, with Shells, and of course, being streamed in to the tri-state area of New York.
Absolutely.
So wonderful.
Pleasure as well.
So nice that you can make it. So Reggae Sumfest has been held in Montego Bay since its inception in 1993, just under 3 decades ago. Its home has been the Catherine Hall Entertainment Center, and of course, that is owned by the UDC. I wanted to ask you, first of all, to tell us a little bit about the UDC for those, especially in the diaspora, who are not familiar with who you are and what you do at the UDC.
Okay. So the Urban Development Corporation, the UDC, was established by an Act of Parliament in 1968 with a remit to make development happen for the people of Jamaica when and where it is most needed.
Yes.
Right? Our role continues to be to hold, to manage, to develop strategic assets, land assets, wherever. So our span is wide-ranging. We have commercial, we have hospitality, there's a project management, project development component of things. So there are very large projects that the UDC would have undertaken or facilitated on behalf of the government of Jamaica or, through its own resources. Kingston Waterfront, Montego Bay Waterfront. And so Catherine Hall falls into that mix of, areas that would have been developed. Hospitality, I must mention the world-famous Duns River Falls and Park in Ocho-Rios, St. Anne, which is owned and managed by the UDC. Yes. And certainly, since Sumfest is located in Montego Bay, I must mention our iconic Harmony Beach Park. For those persons who in Jamaica or maybe in New York saying Harmony Beach Park, where's that? Some persons called it Dump Up Beach, but it is the Harmony Beach Park, right? A name selected by the people of Montego Bay, and UDC has developed a wonderful facility there. Great. And we'll talk a little bit more about, involvement as we go down the line. Yes. So yes, and as I've said, there are project areas, there are utility services that we manage. So we have a Runaway Bay Water Company. UDC has been involved across the length and breadth of Jamaica in every sector possible. And so the association here is not a stretch.
I just associate UDC with development. I mean, and big, large types of development. Right. That is not to say that all you do are large projects, but that is how I feel when I think about the UDC.
But Richie B, if you think about development, and if we're talking about it, seriously, development should be holistic. It should improve the quality of life. It should be sustainable. And so therefore you will then be looking at the whole range of projects, activities, programs that will improve the quality of lives of persons. Right? Yes. And we can talk another time about all of the different, projects and activities.
Those will be many.
Yes.
But I wanted to focus this morning on the relationship that the UDC has developed with Reggae Sumfest for, over 3 decades it seems. How meaningful and fruitful has this relationship been?
The relationship has been a fruitful one. It has been a meaningful one because the Catherine Hall Entertainment Center has been home to Reggae Sumfest. What does Reggae Sumfest mean to Jamaica? And therefore, if it is beneficial to Jamaica, then most certainly it is beneficial, to the UDC. So I would like to look at it using 4 pointers. Yes. If you look at the contribution to the economy, all right, Reggae Sumfest brings in lots and lots of visitors.
Right.
You're talking about tourism dollars that go towards the development, the growth of our economy, and certainly adding value. Reggae Sumfest allows the opportunities for our local businesses, to partake, to be a part of that. In addition to which, this is something that Jamaicans also enjoy. It's a calendar item. The benefits to the economy, that's a no-brainer. If you think that for COVID and 2 years when entertainment, hospitality industry would have been locked down, the rebuilding of this critical industry to Jamaica, it is important, and Reggae Sumfest is doing that. And so for us, that is also very important. I told you I was going to give you 3 points, but just and the rest of it will come back to me. But I think those are 2 very critical factors, and just the fact that this is our country, this is our city that is being showcased, and so it makes a difference, and the UDC is pleased to be a part of that.
Well, I feel like you already touched on some of them a while ago, Ms. Clark, but what are the benefits, if there are any other benefits of sponsorship accruing to an already solid and long lasting relationship with Sumfest?
All right, so there is the value of the public-private partnership, because development is everybody's business. Sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, government not doing this. But it's not just government. It's all of us. And so Reggae Sumfest and the partnership with the UDC and the organizers is an indication of that and the strength of that and what that means for Jamaica. And it's an example. It's a model, for us to continue to follow. And Reggae Sumfest is a global brand.
Yes.
And UDC has absolutely no issues in being associated with a global brand. Having international brands ourselves, so
right.
Yes, so
all right. DJ Roy just sent me a message from New York. He says I should ask you, which night are you most looking forward to, or which artist are you most looking forward to this year? Roy, I got your question in, bro.
Okay. DJ Roy, I thought about this, and I'm thinking to myself, whichever way I step, I could be in a little bit of a problem.
Oh boy.
Let me say, however, that both nights, exciting. The lineup of artists, boy, that blows the mind. The Saturday night, I think, has the edge for me.
Yes.
Being an old school person, loving the... No, it doesn't mean that I don't love Shells and what Shells does, because the festival brings together everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have the new emerging, you have the established. So it's a transition.
Yes.
Right? But I've always been in love with Barry's. The sound of Barry's voice. I could listen to dance to Barry's. And so I must apologize to all of the other acts on the night who I also love. But, Barry's is just, And thank you, DJ Roy, for putting me in trouble. But, yes.
No trouble whatsoever. And we really appreciate the time you took to come in and speak with us. And just really want to commend UDC for allowing us, through allowing Sumfest, to be having such great fun year in, year out for so many decades. Thank you very much, and all the best to you and the team.
Thank you, Richie B. Before I run off and leave you, we will be in Montego Bay, so I'm inviting persons to pass by. I spoke about Harmony Beach Park earlier.
Yes.
So the UDC has developed jogging trails, kids' play areas, all of that. But there are opportunities for businesses. So if you are interested in being an anchor developer, you can come look at the space. You can design, build your own, build, operate. So we're going to be looking out for all of you who will be beating a door to the UDC's tent, even as you enjoy the festival.
And they can get all the information once they stop
can
by the
get
tent.
all the information. They can visit our website, www.udcja.com, all our social media handles, UDC, at UDC Jamaica.
Okay.
right?
Potential
And
investors, maybe?
potential
Pop by.
investors
Okay.
pop by.
All right.
You know?
Sounds good. Roy, you heard
All
that? All right. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. We had a chat there with Miss Lorna Clark, Director of Corporate Communications at the Urban Development Corporation, UDC. Thank you again, and you have a
so
beautiful
much.
day, and we'll see you in Montego Bay.
See you in Montego Bay.
Most
Thank
definitely.
you.